productivity hacks that aren't talked about that often, that you might not be aware of, that will definitely help you become more productive and achieve more in your business, your health and fitness, your personal life, your property journey, whatever. It applies to all of it. So if you want to achieve more in the same amount of time or even less time, here is 6 ways I believe you could do it that isn't really talked about that often. Number 1 is remove decision time. So the time that it takes you to make decisions, if you accumulate that time up, if you're delaying decision, postponing them, or you're unsure what to do, or certain tasks just take time, if you cut that down, you are gaining time. Therefore, you can use that time in high value, high income producing tasks that will earn you more money. Okay. So for example, if you every afternoon you have to think about what you want for lunch, you have to look at a menu, or you have to go to Nando's, you have to drive somewhere, look at the menu, wait for them to prepare it and cook it, give it to you, get back in your car, drive back to the office, then eat it. It's too long, right? It's an hour out of your day. So if you do meal prep and you get those meals ordered into your house or to your office, they deliver them every day, or deliver them once a week. There's zero decision-making time spent on what you're going to have for your lunch, what you're going to have for your tea, what you're going to do for whatever, right? So that just, let's say if you gain half an hour a day, that's 2.5 hours a week. That's 10 hours a month over the space of a year. That's 120 hours, might be 3 working weeks, that you've gained over the space of a year just by getting meal prep and by not dragging out decisions on how long about, what should I have for tea today, what do I fancy, as well as cooking it, as well as eating it. So you've still got to eat it. In my book Be Line, I talk about a little bit of a hack where I blend my breakfast. So in a smoothie, in a NutriBullet or a Ninja blender, whatever they're called, eggs, porridge, fruit, protein powder, whatever, bang it all in there, whiz it up, some water, some ice cubes, whiz it all up, drink it. Much quicker than eating. You're still getting your nutrients, your calories in that you need for that day. So that is productivity hack number 1. You reduce time. You reduce the time it takes you to make decisions on certain things. And it's not just meal prep, I suppose. I've got a cleaner, so I don't have to think about cleaning. I don't have to do the cleaning. I don't have to think about ironing my clothes, washing my clothes, hanging my clothes up in the wardrobe, because the cleaners do that. So they'll come, wash everything, iron everything, hang it up in where I want it: shirts, jumpers, coats, pants, gym stuff. It's all hung up in my wardrobe, all exactly how I want it to be done. So I don't need to think about what am I going to wear today, or am I going to make sure that top's ironed, or that top is clean, or whatever. It's already there. And I just go in and pick whatever. A lot of the time, when I'm at home anywhere, wear a black t-shirt, white t-shirt, or a polo. I don't think about it too much. I grab it, put it on. I've got work clothes in one section, so I know if I'm going to work, that's what I'm going to put on. I've got gym clothes in one section. If I'm going to the gym, I know what I'm putting on. I've really reduced the time it takes for me to make those decisions. Also, things like my diary is stacked by Monday. So half the time it's by Friday of the week before. My whole week is planned out every week for the week ahead. So by this Friday, next Monday, and next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will all be set out for me. So I don't need to think about booking stuff in. Obviously, there's reactive stuff. There's stuff that comes up. But a lot of the time, I don't need to make any decisions because it's already done. It's already planned out for me. So I just get up, coffee, exercise, sort the kids, clothes on, ready for work. The day's mapped out and planned out. Any gaps that I've got in my diary, I then default back to my to-do list, which is the next point, and I crack on. So removing decision time is number 1. Number 2 links to that, which is remove distractions. So you're removing decision time, but you're removing distractions. So removing distractions from your life. So deleting or turning off notifications on your phone. So when you're mid-task and that thing is going ping, 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 and you're getting pulled into other tasks. It disrupts you from the task that you're doing. Therefore, you're less productive. So removing distractions, removing notifications from your phone and your laptop. Sometimes they pop up in the right-hand corner for me. I've removed all that. Delete apps that aren't getting you towards your goals or moving you closer to where you want to be. Remove all the apps from your phone, or you can put time restrictions on them. So once you've used them for an hour a day, it grays it out, so you don't get distracted. But my best tip on this is turn the notifications off, and you can just have notifications for phone calls and WhatsApps if you need them. Sometimes I even turn them for WhatsApps. I mute myself in a lot of groups, the lads chats, all the stupid messages that you get. I mute myself from half of those groups, certainly during the day, because I don't have time. So yeah, I delete any apps that aren't needed, and I mute them to put time restrictions on, and certainly turn notifications off. So removing distractions and notifications from your day-to-day business, your day-to-day structure is key. Even little things like if you are doing something on your laptop, put your phone on silent, turn it over and put it away from you, because even if you haven't got notifications on, it's quite easy just to keep picking it up and picking it up and picking it up, because we're all addicted to technology. Unfortunately, we are addicted to technology. Whether you like it or not, we are. So what can you do about that? You can just put it to one side or put it out of reach, put it in a different room. Like at nighttime, me and the missus, we charge our phones in a different room. We don't have our phones in our room anymore, because as soon as you wake up, you look at your phone. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you look at your phone. It's no good for you. When you're getting into bed and you're going to go to sleep, you're looking at your phone. Like, you shouldn't be looking at blue light. That's laptops, any form of screen, 30 minutes before you go to bed. You sleep better if you do that. So removing decision time, number one, removing distractions and notifications, number two, and that leads us on to number three, which is sleep. So sleeping properly and getting enough sleep is key to productivity, because if you are tired, you are not as productive. If you are sluggish, you are not as productive. If you are exhausted, you are not as productive. And sleep solves those issues. It solves being tired, sluggish, and exhausted. If you get enough sleep, whether it's 6 hours, whether it's 7 hours, whether it's 8 hours, it is dependent on the person. It depends on your age, and it depends on various other factors. But getting enough sleep and getting proper uninterrupted deep sleep. I've got a Whoop band here, which tracks my REM sleep, my light sleep, my deep sleep, the time that I'm awake, so I can analyze what works for me. So I've found out that drinking enough water throughout the day, which is one of these points, is definitely key to a good sleep. Not having coffee after 5 o'clock for me is definitely key to getting a good sleep. A shower before I go to bed is key to getting a good sleep, because I've tracked it. I've looked at the difference. If I shower and if I don't, I sleep better if I shower. If I have coffee after 5 o'clock, I don't sleep as well. Alcohol is really bad for your sleeping. I've got kids, as a lot of you know, and I've got my youngest is 11 months now. So we've really struggled with sleep, and it's really impacted my productivity. But I know that'll come back, and I know that I'll get around that issue. It's just a case of sticking with it with kids, isn't it? And empowering through. But sleep is number three, because it is so underestimated, the power of sleep. A lot of people have this hustle culture. Get up dead early, get up at 5 o'clock, you don't need sleep when you're dead, and all this crap, right? It is scientifically proven that sleep is good for you, and you perform better and you are more productive when you've had a good sleep. Sometimes you need one of those days, right? I teach this to my sales staff. If you're running a million miles an hour like I am, running loads of businesses, running from place to place and job to job to business, and you're doing so much, right? Sometimes I have a crash day, and it might be 8 o'clock at night. I go to sleep and I do 12 hours, and I'll properly recharge. Obviously baby dependent, that is. Sometimes the baby doesn't want us to recharge, but it really does you the world of good when you do that, because sleep is something that every human, every animal, every creature on this planet needs and does, right? So if everyone needs it and does it, it's obviously important. It's in our genetics. It's in our DNA to do this, right? It's human evolution. We need to do it. We all need to do it. So if it's that important, give it the attention that it needs. Just like eating. You wouldn't go a couple of weeks without eating, would you? Just like you wouldn't go a couple of weeks without sleep. You wouldn't even go a day without food, right? So why wouldn't you go a day without proper sleep? I don't get it. Sleep's number 3. Number 4 is to-do list. Now, I've talked about this before on a podcast. To-do lists are honestly are a huge part of my life. Every single thing goes on that phone of mine in my to-do list. And I look at that to-do list, God knows how many times a day. But, you're probably talking 20, 30, 40, 50 times a day because I'm always on the to-do list because it's what I refer back to. Every time I think I've got an idea, I need to do this, it goes straight in there. Because when you think you need to do something, right, what happens is if you don't do it, you forget. And life goes on, the day runs away with you, things happen, you get distracted. Soon as I think, shit, I need to do that, or I need to do this, I need to do that, or I must do that today, it goes in that list. And I just prioritize them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Generally don't go over 5 because I just focus on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get those done, and then I can go on. But how I then order which one's most important is it's either the most profitable or the most urgent. There's some things that are really pressing, like, I don't know, you've got to go to the gym, you've got to take the kids to school. You can't prioritize an income generating task over something like that needs to be done, an appointment of some sort. Obviously they need to be done. Or something that's time pressured, like you must get your, I don't know, fill in some mortgage paperwork today. If not, you're going to go over your fixed rate or whatever. Something that's really pressing or really profitable is the key to do lists. Prioritize. I just generally work off the most profitable and work my way down. Tunnel vision. Task 1 gets done. I don't even look at anything else. Task 1 gets done in its entirety as a whole. It fully gets completed. Then you move to number 2, complete that, move to number 3, etc. That's the key with to-do list, and it's making it part of your life. You have to be on top of your to-do list no matter what. So that's number 4. Number 5 is water. So those of you looking on YouTube or on Instagram, the video, this is a 2-litre bottle of water. I drink between 1.5 and 2 of those every day. So I have between 3 and 4 litres of water every single day. Now, honestly, I only started doing this at the start of COVID, by the way. So when we're all on lockdown, I started to research my health a lot and started to really get into listening to podcasts on health and reading books on health. Fantastic book on health, by the way. It's over there. Don't know if you can see it. It's called The Optimum Nutrition Bible by Patrick Holford. Fantastic book about your eating habits and the science behind what you eat and what you drink. But water is huge. Like, I'm at a stage now where if I haven't had enough water, I get a little bit of a headache and my body tells us I need water. But I speak to some people and they're like, how much water have you drank today? Oh, I've had a glass, or not much, I've just had coffee. Like, I don't know how you function. If you get into the habit of having 3 litres of water a day, right? Watch how good you perform. Watch how productive you are. Your energy levels are so much better. You think so much better. Your decision making is so much better. It's honestly, I mean, 80% of our bodies are made of water, I think. Something crazy like that. Like, you can't not have water if you want to perform at a high level. You absolutely, absolutely need 3 litres of water a day to perform at your best. Scientifically proven, no arguing about it. You can't say that I'm not, telling the truth here, but just do it and remove decision time, right? Don't think about I've got to go and fill a bottle up of tap water. I've just got shitloads of bottles of water all over the house, and I get them on a recurring order on Amazon. And every time we do a food shop, we buy more bottles of water. There's shitloads of water in my utility room, so I don't run out of water. If I'm going to Newcastle, or I'm traveling for a few hours, or I'm staying away for a couple of nights with work or whatever, my car's got 6 of these big bottles of water in it pretty much all times in the boot. So I'm never going to run out of water. And if I do, I make sure I go to a shop on my travels to make sure I've got enough water for the trip. It's really simple. I went to Ibiza the other week, and on the plane I bought water, on the airport I bought water, when I got there I bought water, in the hotel I bought water. I told the people in the hotel, I want not just one bottle of water beside my bed every day. Can you please bring 3? So I've always got water. Always, because I'm removing decision time. I'm removing excuses. If I've got a bottle of water pretty much stuck to my hip, I can't not drink any, right? So that's part of the problem with a lot of this. People know that they should be doing these things, but they make an excuse, or they forget, or they just haven't got time, or it's not there. But if you can remove the likelihood of you forgetting if it's right beside you. So things like my supplements. So I take various supplements every day. They are visible. If you put them in the cupboard, you forget, don't you? So have them somewhere where you see them every day. Because if you see them every day, and it's somewhere like beside your coffee machine, for example, in the morning, when you get up, you see them, you don't forget. They're in the cupboard, you'll forget. Have them at your office, in your office desk. Like I've removed the likelihood, or I've reduced the chances of me forgetting about stuff by doing things like this. Visual reminders is the last point, actually, is number 6, is visual reminders, which is I've got a vision board, I've got a whiteboard with my goals on, I've got notepads with my goals on, I've got notes with my goals on, I've got visual reminders everywhere. I've got coffees, I've got waters, I've got stuff all around my house, in my bedroom and in my car and everywhere. So I just don't forget stuff. To-do lists help you not forget stuff anyway. But I've flooded my life with visual reminders of things that I need to do, so that I don't forget stuff. I've got sticky notes on my bathroom mirror. I've got them on the back of the door. I've got them in the kitchen. I've got them loads in my office. I've got them everywhere. So I just don't forget. And that is one of the biggest things about being really productive, is doing the things that you need to do and not forgetting stuff, and doing them in the right order, then having plenty of energy to do the things that you need to do. So just to summarize those 6 points: remove distraction time, remove decision time, remove distractions and notifications, get enough sleep, get up early every day, make sure that you well, actually wasn't in there, but that is part of one of them, making sure that you've had enough sleep so you can get up early every day. Sorry, so I'll say that again: remove decision time, remove distractions and notifications, get enough sleep so you can get up early so you've got more time. To-do list, prioritize properly, drink enough water, and then visual reminders all around your house so you don't forget stuff. That is my productivity hacks. Hope you've enjoyed that. If you know someone who needs to be more productive, or you'd like them to be more productive, or who's always seems a little bit overwhelmed and stressed, always bogged down with work, send this podcast to them, because I think it'll help them. And I hope it's helped you too. So thank you so much for listening. Have a fantastic day. Don't just take notes, take action.